Welcome back. A simple taxi ride is often a traumatic experience for Aboriginal women in Winnipeg. Now a new car service is offering them an alternative to taking a cab. CBC's Karen Pauls has that story.
Indigenous women have been complaining for years that they're being mistreated by racist, rude and sexist cab drivers. But recently, that anger and frustration has turned to action. 2 different free safe ride services have started, volunteers offering to drive people to their appointments or meetings in exchange for a little gas money or even some baking or cooking. Crystal Anderson is one of them.
Women don't feel safe in the cabs. You get sexually harassed, you get, racially discriminated. I feel like nobody's there to, help them, but we are here to help them.
I asked some cab drivers about those accusations, and they said sometimes they do have to ask passengers for cash deposits up front if they're worried they'll skip out without paying. But they say that has nothing to do with racial background. As for concerns that Aboriginal women are unsafe in cabs, they say that's just not true.
I'm embarrassed when I hear these negative things in the press where a lady was made to feel uncomfortable. I'm embarrassed by that. It should not be happening.
They are totally safe in Winnipeg cabs. That I can say.
The head of the Manitoba Taxi Cab Board says anyone having a bad experience should report it so authorities can follow up.
But I am concerned that in the end, every citizen, young and old, whatever race, background, economic status, feels comfortable taking a cab in Winnipeg.
Representatives of the taxi industry say they hope to meet with Indigenous leaders soon to try and find some solutions. But they add there are safety concerns and discrimination on both sides. Karen Pauls, CBC News, Winnipeg.
And Hugh Smith joins me in studio now with a look at our weather forecast.
Thanks, Ashley. We'll start things off with the Farmer's Almanac. Today's sunrise was at 8:48 a.m. and today's sunset was at 5:42 p.m. Average temperatures at this time of year are a high of -7 and a low of -16, and the next full moon will be on February 22nd. Now we'll move on to the regional forecast. In Hudson's Hope, we're expecting a full day of sun and a high of +3. In Fort Nelson, we're also expecting a lot of sun with a high of -4. In Chetwynd, Fort St. John and Dawson Creek, expecting some snow and a high of +1 in all 3 areas. Tumbler Ridge, mix of sun and cloud with a high of -2. Spirit River, we see a mix of sun and cloud there as well, a high of +1. And Grand Prairie, expecting a mix of sun and cloud and a high of -2. Now moving on to Dawson Creek's 5-day forecast. Tonight, we're expecting some snow with a low of +1. Saturday, also expecting a bit of snow with a high of +1 and a low of -7. Sunday, mix of sun and cloud, high of -1, low of -3. Monday, cloudy all day with a high of +2 and a low of +1. And Tuesday, lots of sun expected with a high of +4 and a low of -6. Now moving into the BC and Alberta forecast. In Prince Rupert, we're expecting a high of +6 and some rain. Vancouver also expecting some rain with a high of +9. And in Alberta, we're thinking of seeing some snow in Edmonton with a high of +1. And Calgary, mix of sun and cloud with a high of +2. That's it for weather. Now let's take a look at the road report.